In this video, we're gonna rank the top 10 ads of all time. I'm gonna give them the Dylan score, and then we'll throw them up on the scoreboard and rank them of 6 tiers. At the top, we have ads that are glorious. These are best of the best. Imagine iPhone and Apple ads. And then below that, we have superb, decent, and then meh. And then we have forgettable, and at the very bottom, we have what's called cringe. We have Pornhub. This ad right here, the lady's walking in, she says, "Hey, baby, what are you watching?" And the guy goes, "Oh, nothing." And at the bottom it says, Pornhub, the world's biggest archive of nothing. So look, this is a pretty funny ad. Pornhub has to be creative. They can't advertise on Facebook and Google. They're banned, and so because of that, they have to find unique ways to get attention. Now, before I rate this ad, I want to give a big shout out to the guy, George Mack, for putting together this list on Twitter. Go check the full list out on Twitter for yourself if you want to. But let's go ahead and give this a rating. So look, it's a clever ad. I don't know how realistic this is though. There isn't really a way for people to like go take action. It's kind of just a brand awareness ad. So I would put this in the decent section. It's not like world class, but this isn't an ad that I'm gonna go ahead and just like constantly think about all the time, and I'm not about to go click on their product and use it right this second. It's not really, I'd say, incentivizing action. That said, let's move on to ad number 2, which is by Bic. And right here, just looking at it, I'm seeing Snoop Dogg peeking over some lady's shoulder, and it says what? Bic, easy reach, the ultimate lighter, perfect for candles, says the lady, and then the guy says, Snoop Dogg says, and more. I wonder what Snoop was talking about. I think we know. Look, this is a clever ad. I think it's actually pretty clever. The thing I don't really get is like the easy reach. Like, what do they mean by that? Like, I can understand a candle, right? Like, you gotta stick down there and light the candle up. I'm not much of a weed smoker, but I don't exactly know how, like in a joint, you just light the end of it. Let me know in the comments below. I think this is clever though. This is an interesting ad. They know their target audience. They know what they're catering towards. They literally are, is to light candles and light other things. We'll go ahead and throw it in the superb section. All right, moving on to ad number 3, we have Durex. So this says the difference between who's your daddy and who's the daddy. To start off, I don't really know exactly what this means. Who's your daddy and who's... Okay, I just got it. What I think it means is we're saying, who's your daddy? All right. So who's your daddy? So I'm taking that like it's kind of like a sexual thing. Like, who's your daddy? Who's your daddy? Who's the daddy? So I think it's like someone's pregnant, like who's the dad? So look, I get it. It took me a second to get it. I'm not gonna be like sharing this off to friends. Like, this isn't really like an ad that's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go buy some Durex. I don't know. We'll put it in the middle of the range. Probably a meh. Moving on to ad number 4, it says at the bottom, always lock up your gun. There's 2 kids playing here. These look like lightsabers, all right? Just, you know, everyday lightsaber from Star Wars. Rumor has it that Disneyland sells their lightsabers for $200 a pop if you want the authentic Star Wars ones. Look, this family's just trying to save some money here and give their kids a good time. And I think this is for probably a gun safe company. But let's be honest, I have to zoom in at the bottom. Evolve, always lock up your guns. I mean, this looks like, you can't even see the logo. You can just erase that bottom part out and you won't even know what this is for. I would go ahead and say this is probably, I'll rate this forgettable, because I don't even know who this is. I don't know if I don't even know what they're selling. If I wanted what they're selling, I don't know how I would even go ahead and purchase it. You gotta make that logo bigger, dude, and you gotta be a little more clear. All right, moving on to ad number 5. It looks like we have the instant espresso with the Mona Lisa. These eyes are creepy. You know, they say the Mona Lisa's eyes follow you wherever you go. And these eyes look like they're gonna follow me home. Looking at this though, it's really hard to see who the actual brand is. Like, I'm gonna zoom in here. It says Nescafe. Look, it's a clever ad, but here's the thing, is like, you literally, to see the brand logo, to have to zoom in that far, like, I'm not gonna remember that. Also, I doubt they had the license to actually use the Mona Lisa's face. This might not even be a real ad. I'm gonna have to say this one is forgettable. Moving on to ad number 6, we have what looks like Weight Watchers here, weight loss. We have a big entrance on this side and a small exit on that side. Look, this is kind of clever actually. They've got really a clear showcase of what this product is. And I know some of you might be saying, Dylan, you need to go here. I'm working on it, trust me. But ultimately, this is clear, this is simple. This is clever, right? You go in fat, you come out small. Also, this is the first, I think, non-sexual ad. So it kind of makes me happy to see something. Let's assume for a second that this is a real Weight Watchers ad. Tweet alone has gotten 2.3 million views. This thread here is creating a lot of attention, got hundreds of retweets, thousands of likes. And so they have got a lot of attention with this post just going viral. Now, if you compare that to like the Super Bowl companies pay millions of dollars for a spot on a Super Bowl ad, and then they would go spend millions of dollars on production for that ad. Look, you could be $5, $6, $10 million deep on a Super Bowl ad. Pretty impressive that this kind of ad has gotten that much reach. So I'm gonna go ahead and say this ad is superb. Okay, moving on to ad number 7 of 10. We have what looks like another Durex ad. It says, to all those who use our competitors' products, happy Father's Day. All right, this ad is just lame. I thought as a condom company, you guys would be a little more creative with your ads. But the thing is they're saying that every single person who has a kid, it was an accident. Speaking for myself, I'm pretty sure my parents wanted me. I mean, maybe not, you never know. So I'm gonna have to say, Durex, you have failed us again. And this ad is also a meh. All right, moving on to ad number 8, we have Lego. At the bottom it says, build the future. This is a nice change of pace. This is actually a nice ad. We have here a wholesome ad of a kid inside an astronaut costume, putting the pieces together, alluding that he's building his future. Looking at this ad, the fact that it's literally making me nostalgic, thinking about my childhood, I'd say that's a pretty good ad. So if I'm looking at the scoreboard, I'd say, I don't know if that ad is as good or the Weight Watchers ad. I think it's better than the Pornhub ad, but I think that it's kind of like in between. So let's pop it down to a decent for now. Maybe it'll rise the ranks, but sorry Lego, you're a decent. Moving on to ad number 9 of the 10 ads, we have World No Tobacco Day. This makes sense at first glance. It says non-smoking area. It's just a graveyard though, and honestly, this looks pretty depressing, and I don't even know what I'm buying or not buying here. So you're probably telling me not to smoke? Cool, I don't smoke. I'm gonna go ahead and say this ad sucks. Let's just throw it as a cringe. All right, so we are 9 ads through, and we currently have superb, we have decent, we have meh, we have a couple forgettable. 10. Oh, by the way, I lied. There's actually 13 ads that we're going through. 10 just sounded better for the title. If you wanted more of this, you're in luck. We got 4 more ads to go through to see if we take a glorious spot at the top. All right, so ad 10, this is a ad by Porsche, and it says, it's a little too small to get laid in, but you get laid the minute you get out. Porsche, I hope this is not a Porsche ad. I don't think that Porsche would make this ad. I'm starting to doubt now after seeing this, all the other ads we just ranked, because there's no way. This is so off-brand for Porsche. Porsche is like the James Bond, maybe that's Aston Martin, but this is like it's like a cool sporty car. And I think this is such like a cheesy thing to say. I'm just imagining like this 55, 65-year-old man like getting out of his Porsche, and his like 20-year-old like sugar baby getting out around, and like she's like running and like giving him a kiss, and it's just like, this makes me want a Porsche less than I used to want a Porsche. So that said, I think this ad of cringe. I'm sorry, Porsche. That just missed the mark. All right, moving on to ad number 11. We have what looks like KFC. And here it says, guys, we're flattered. This is actually a pretty clever ad. I don't know if this is actually true, but what it looks like they're saying is that KFC is the best chicken, and because of that, there's literally a knockoff KFC for every letter of the alphabet, which I'm guessing is like, I don't know, like Zoolander fried chicken. I don't know, what city starts with a Z? But all the other ones, we probably have like Atlanta fried chicken, Baltimore fried chicken, California fried chicken, right? All the way down the list. And if this is true, and there really is every letter of the alphabet for fried chicken. That's impressive. KFC has a global brand, and I have to say this ad is pretty dang superb. All right, so we have 2 ads left. Moving into ad number 12 here. We still don't have a glorious ad. Let's see, number 12 here. Looks like it's The Economist, and it says, I never read The Economist. All right, management trainee aged 42. I don't really get this ad, honestly. I never read The Economist. I think what they're saying, if you had read The Economist, you wouldn't be a management trainee at 42. You'd be like an executive or something, I think. But honestly, I don't really know. If I saw this ad and I'm like walking through the airport, I probably would like look at it and I'd be like, it doesn't really make sense. I'd keep walking for a few seconds. I'd probably think like, what is this? Doesn't make sense. I'd forget about it. Look, I'm not gonna completely forget about it, but I will remember it for, 15 seconds until I go on in the airport to whatever else is next. Because of that, I'm gonna rank this ad forgettable. And with that, we are on to the last and final ad, ad number 13. Oh my gosh, this is Nike. See, I just got happy seeing this ad. Every other ad we've had so far of these last 12 have been sexual, dirty, or just made me feel ill, with the exception of probably the Lego. Now, it says, yesterday you said tomorrow, and then the Nike swoosh would just do it. This is pretty dope, honestly. It's a simple billboard, it has the message, and it's motivating, inspiring people to do more in life. Like, what else could you ask for? I didn't think that we would hit a glorious ad, especially after going through 12 of the 13. I did not think the last ad would be a glorious one, but here we are. I think this Nike ad is going to take that ranking today. Let's go ahead and throw it on the scoreboard. Nike, you take home the championship today, and Porsche, you're at the bottom. So just to recap, starting at the bottom, we have Porsche. I'm sorry, Miss Sugar Baby and Old Man, but this is not the ad I want to see. Then at forgettable, we have that lightsaber ad. We have the crappy coffee Mona Lisa and The Economist. And at meh, we got a couple of Durax ads. Those just were honestly pretty meh. Pornhub and the Lego at decent on the scoreboard. The superb, we have Bic, Weight Watchers, and KFC. Good job, you guys. Way to go. And glorious tier was Nike. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and hit that like button and share this with a friend. I'm really trying to grow this YouTube channel, and it would help me a lot if you guys actually share this video. All right, we'll talk soon. Peace.